It's one of the things that we did where we put our hands in front. You're going to try and grapple and I get my hand in front. When you do a collar tie, this is a collar tie up, collar clinch, you're grabbing here, you don't grab the neck. You grab the lobe of the head and you turn their head down because it's a lot harder. You don't grab all the way up on the top of the head that it slips off when they post, when they try and posture up. But from this, posture up, you can. If I do this, posture up, yeah, it's a lot more difficult. So you have your collar, double collar, and you just grab like almost like a salute. You just grab over the top and you hold and you scissor your arm in. The same when you're doing a collar tie, I come across your chest and I post straight up and down with you so you can't drive into me and grab me. I have something between us. Now you don't want a lot of space still. So you want something between you that you can pry off of, but you don't want to get hit. So you bring your head in close, and a lot of people will not want to hit themselves, and it's very difficult to gain any power hitting up tight, even with an uppercut. You don't want to be like this, or like this, where you're down and out. You want to be right up and in them, like this. And this is an over-under, so a hook and sinker, or a collar tie, double collar tie.
Sinkers on the arm.
Sinkers on the arm, you pull down, you can go across, or you can go the same way. Both ways get real tight. If you do a double, and I'm grabbing the lobe of the skull, double like this, and then you can move them, swing them around. You get a lot of power there, right? If you do a bicep, before we do that, cross collar. So here's a cross collar tie. Same thing, but you go, and you don't want to use your thumb, because they can break it just by slamming their shoulder forward. They can power dump it if you get jammed up. So you just grab like a monkey and you put something in the way. Turn this way, see. Put something in the way, and this you'll push and pull and put them in a position, or get them away from you. If they're going to shoot, go to shoot, and I push them back. And then you can start your kicks again, yeah? This is just about, if you go to reach for me or punch, it's almost like a block and a shunt. You can feel where they're going to move, and again, I can pull, I can push, I can manipulate your body through a push or a pull, and you push with your heel of your thumb, and you pull with all the fingers. Push, pull, pow, pow, kick. If they go to reach for you and they're shooting in, and you grab the bicep, and you shuck it across, it's almost like an arm drag, and that's part of the tie-up. Now you can do a cross, 1, 2, right? And now you got to where you're on one side, it's very difficult for you to get away from this, and I can again move you, and then put you back in the range for all your kicks. When someone goes to tie up with you, you do the exact same movements. So you're gonna cross collar a collar tie. If I collar tie you, you cross collar it. And now you've made space that I can't get, right? Now I'm fighting against pulling you in, and you've got some. Right, and now you'll chop the arm, drag it off you, and then right out to kicking, or you turn your head. So if you collar tie me, and I cross tie you, right, and I rush him. See how fast it is? Yeah. And then you're back to control again. So when they go up, this is how you get out of, or I guess you could call it pummeling, that type of thing, for getting to where now they don't have control of you over a collar tie. If a Greco-Roman wrestler or a catch wrestler or some even freestyle wrestlers go and grab you and they get you like this, you want to right away cross collar, make space, and then you want to turn your head this way toward your arm and peel my hand up. And now you grab wrist, arm, you have control. Whatever you want to do from there, you're now out of being grappled now, right? So being that you mostly kick, and we're working punches and stuff too, if I get you here, you want to be able to reverse it and get out. So this is what we should be working, because it happens really fast to go from a tie to a throw, to an arm drag, all that. So you want to be fighting that every which way you can. And then there's always the uppercuts. If you make room with the cross, now you can uppercut. Feed it right, yep. Keep the cross, but feed one out, boom. Yep, you can go and peel that hand off and throw one over the top. Pull this down, and now I'm not blocking, and boom, right? So there's all this stuff you can do from your cross and a collar. If I'm crossing you, right, and I'm going to move you, you collar tie me. Now I'm at a point where I gotta drive away from you, right? Yes, correct. And you wanna look me down and then you can feed it up. You can do knees. You can pull the head, swing me sideways and throw me right into a trip. If I had a collar tie and I could tip you that way, you're going, right? So, whatever I'm doing, you just go ahead and grab onto the other side of it and then work all your uppercuts, knees, whatever you want to do from there. So that's how you fight out of a clinch. One of the things is very important on the double, pinch your elbows together, and that makes a lot more power so you can turn their head and everything. So you shoot in for an underhook, right? This is a tie as well. Now where the tie, and I got this a lot because
it's a bad shoulder.
Me? So we're going and I get an underhook on you, right? And I turn your head out, right? What should he do? And what would all TIE fighters do this when I go for an underhook? Because this is like the Russian Sambo, all the Russian guys go for underhooks all the time. It's like what they
looks like he's trying to grab you.
You bring your hand up around to your own face and bring your elbow across my face. And that's all it is. So you shoot for an underhook. So bang! You just right over the top and you just go ahead and grab it. And if you can't, I just forearm it out. You just push them. Go ahead and go for an underhook. And now what? Now we're whatever, all kinds of takedowns from that. Tore your hip to hip now, right? The Russian tie, all that. They can't do it. Or you whizzer it, right? So I go for an underhook, and I whizzer, and then I grab his neck, and I grab my own hand, and this is a figure four lock, and now try and do whatever you want to do. You're stuck. There's not a way out of this that's real good, and this is another type of tie-up that you can do. So they'll be fighting, and they'll step in and shoot, and you whizzer. So you bring that up, and bring your arm on, and this goes to the back of my head, and you press down with your hand. Nope, let go. Go slowly, easy. Press here, grab your own wrist, and now you have control of me. I try and turn up, just torque it down with both your arms. I am out of position here. And I gotta let go, and then try and fight back out to get out of that. And you are like this, because you pry out yourself, and they're trying to hold here, right? So you latch on to pick one side, you pick up with your elbows, and now they can't choke you because you have this. And all you do is step under, and you got them in a chicken wing.
So it's like that?
Yeah, you just do this and then step around. They cannot hold on to you, and they're trying to get around your neck or whatever. You hold on to one, they can feebly try with the other hand, but you go and step out under the door and bring it back around them. So good. You good? Yeah. Bring my hands up. All you do is this. There's nothing to it. I'm not. You want me to try it on you?
Yeah.
All right. You bring your hands together and you press into like a clap, gable grip, and you do this. But you do it off of, because you don't want me to slip up
on the neck
and then grab your neck.
Right.
You want to grab a wrist and an arm. So wrist and like anywhere here on the arm, like this.
Okay.
And you pry off of your own hands. Yep.
Okay.
So I'm going to grab. And now all you do
Well,
is,
then I can do that.
yep.
I don't need this arm.
And then you step under and you, yep, bring it across.
And then whatever.
You got it, yep. You just can lift. You grab it, you hold onto it, and bring it right behind their back and just lift them up. If they're underneath your arms, they got what's called a seat belt breakout. You slide it down to your belt, bust with your hip, and then you.
That's what I'm.
That's the one you're talking about.
That's what I was missing.
Right? So you pick
like
the
Robbie
top
was saying all the
hand,
time.
you seat belt down, break.
Okay.
That was an arm bar, but you can chicken wing it too. Yep. Whatever the one's on top, you seat belt it out, kick your hips out away from you.
Right.
Now this is harder, it's harder for me to get my hips too.
Doing this or this.
You got it. That's the figure. That's the Kimura.